Hello everybody, so this is my diorama of the ocean floor. It is comprised of clay and it is put inside of a shoebox that had to be taped together because it broke in the process. So nothing fancy, but it'll get the job done. First we'll talk about the three main regions of the ocean floor. First one being the continental margin, which is going to be along the shore. Then there's the deep ocean basin, which is where it's going to be water's going to be really deep and it's going to be flat. Then there's the mid-ocean ridge, which you can see in the middle of this diorama right here, is where the little mountainous areas underwater are. First, we will talk about the active continental margin, which is going to be this side over here along the right wall. And that is going to go from the shelf to the slope and then down into the trench right here, where you see that V shape, and it goes down. And that's going to differ from the left side over here, where you go from the continental shelf to the continental slope, and then to the continental rise, and then the abyssal plain, instead of just dropping off and into this trench like you do on the active side. The passive side is going to have more of a decline, and it's going to have that additional continental rise area instead of the drop off. So first of all, we will talk about the continental shelf, this upper part up here, and that is a gradually sloping area, and it's in around each continent. Then there is this continental slope, which is this part right here. It's not this flat part, it's this right here, where it is going to have a steady incline. And then there's the continental rise, which is this area right here, and that is going to be the final stage of the boundary between the continents and then the deepest part of the ocean. And then there's this abyssal plain, which is on the ocean floor, and it is comprised of thick layers of sediment and is formed by the sunken remains of dead organisms. And then we have these little seamounts right here, those two little smaller ones, and those are the mountains that will not break through the ocean water surface. But then you have these back here, which are the volcanic islands, and those are formed when the volcanoes of the ocean floor erupt and the mountains created are so high that they end up peaking above the water's surface, and they create islands as the lava from those volcanoes cools. And then here is the mid-ocean ridge that we talked about briefly before. This is where the plates are going to diverge. The plates of the ocean floor are going to diverge, and this allows the hot magma to come up from the asthenosphere, and whenever it gets to the cool ocean water surface, it's going to quickly cool it and turn it into rocks, which is going to create these little mountains along the ocean floor. And then lastly, we have these trenches over here, as you can see on the right. Sorry, I dropped my paper and I had to pick it up. This is where the tectonic plates collide, and the older and denser plate is going to end up being pushed beneath the lighter plate and deep down into the lithosphere, and it's going to cause it to bend and form this steep V-shaped slope that you see here. So that is my conclusion of my video for today. Sorry if it was blurry, my phone keeps messing up, but thank you for your time.